We begin tonight where that aid is so desperately needed. For the past week, our reporter Lachlan Forsyth and our cameraman Chris Jones have been travelling through the disaster zone. They ended up on the island of Haiyan, one of the first places the typhoon hit. They were escorted into the town by armed police, allowed 1 hour on the ground before they had to fly out again. And then they bumped into our Air Force and joined them. This is a story in two parts, really, starting with despair and ending with hope.
It is the sight the people of Haiyan have waited days for. International aid is finally starting to arrive on this tiny island, 80 k's east of Tacloban. Aid that is sorely needed. This is what desperation looks like. Hundreds, thousands of people waiting at Haiyan's airstrip. They are not waiting for food or water, they are waiting to escape. It is hot, it is noisy, but the people wait because there is nowhere else to go. They want out. A man on his own, two small boys, a little girl, still able to smile at the camera. This is what they want to escape. Haiyan felt the full force of Typhoon Haiyan. Most trees are flattened or snapped off. It's remarkable to see some still standing. And then you see the town. Or at least what remains of it. Haiyan, a town of 45,000, has been obliterated.
6 days on, and this is still what it is like here on the ground. These people have been on their own now for close to a week. There is not a building around here that has not been ripped open. The roof's gone, the walls are gone, and the people have been left on their own. Help is starting to arrive today, but the biggest line was actually to get out of here. There is nothing here for people to live for now. They just want off this island.
Remarkably, the official death toll still stands at just over 100. But for the survivors, living is becoming increasingly difficult.
Everything lost.
Everything?
Yeah.
How are you? How are your family?
Yeah.
Yeah?
We have only 2 guys. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sige. We need help.
Help. It is all anyone is asking for. There are some relief efforts underway.
I really need help from New Zealand. Please help us.
What are you distributing here?
We're distributing rice, canned goods, and noodles coming from the local government unit, and we have also from the provincial government.
So the people here have no food, they rely on you now?
Yes, sir.
But the people say it's not enough, and it is only part of the need.
Because our house destroyed by the
You're
storm.
okay, but your house is destroyed, you need help.
Yes, really. Really need help. To our government, give us help.
What I need is to a house, and then rice, and water.
And you need
medicine.
And you need it now?
Now.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the problem here.
This was the town centre. It would have been bustling just over a week ago. A place to meet, to haggle, no more. So the arrival of international aid is being warmly welcomed because it means not just food and water. With the arrival of armed forces, the growing violence will be averted.
With the arrival of troops from other places, augmenting our troops here, we have normalized the situation.
There is now law and order
Yeah,
here.
yes, that's right.
Law and order, but no lack of desperation. Haiyan, wiped off the map. So hope for, so little hope around. This is what salvation looks like. A big grey plane and the men and women of the Royal New Zealand Air Force. They are part of a multinational force with one aim, to aid and assist the people of the Philippines. New Zealand will proudly play its part.
It's very rewarding. I mean, a lot of us joined up to do this kind of stuff, so to be a part of it is great, and waving the Kiwi flag is really important, and it's really good.
This is why they are here. Tacloban, wasteland. For the crew, it is the first they have seen of the devastation. Kilometre after kilometre. First the winds, then the water left this city and its people shattered.
50.
And after days of wondering when help will come, it has arrived. The stories of these people are now as familiar as they are horrifying. For days now, Tacloban has been hell.
The flood just washed out our properties, our food, our source of water, and the people have started ransacking the stores where our source of food is. So we were worried about our lives.
On board today, New Zealand's ambassador to the Philippines to see how the response is going. It may have taken a few days, but it is now in full force.
This was such a major disaster, met with such an overwhelming response. You know, very heartening, but a major challenge. And it's a bit like a funnel. We're trying to put as much aid as we can through that funnel to get to the people that most need it. But they're in very remote locations. There's infrastructure challenges. So we have to coordinate really well to be able to move as quickly as we can. And I think that's happening now.
It is happening. The base is thick with aircraft, landing, unloading, taking off again. Load after load, pallet after pallet. The operation is slick. As the rain intensifies, so does the effort. And not only are these aircraft dropping supplies off, they are taking people out. One by one, these survivors walk, carrying whatever belongings they have left. Many have nothing. A few hundred metres in the driving rain. For this man, even that walk was too much. So he is carried. Safe. For 7 days now, these people have been waiting. What must these children have gone through? What have they seen? What have they lost? And now, being squeezed into the big Hercules side by side with other refugees. What is this moment like?
A little over 2 hours ago, this Air Force Hercules took off from Cebu Airport, full of food, supplies, tarpaulins. It dropped them off at Tacloban, and it has returned with people. 105 people desperate to get out of there. And as they came on, you could see the stress and the sadness on their faces. But looking around now, there is a mixture of relief and happiness. Happiness that they are out of there, and relief that help has finally arrived.
It takes about an hour to fly back to Cebu. Some people here sit anxiously, many sleep. And finally, the doors open to applause. And in ones and twos, they exit to bright sunshine and safety.
How does it feel to be here?
It feels great. I mean, we left Tacloban. I've been there for 3 days now, and everything's in ruin. You know, there's a lot of dead bodies when I left there, and I'm really glad I'm here with my friends. And thank you, New Zealand. Thank you very much.
How does it feel to be away from Tacloban?
Well, it feels great. At least I have my lolo with me. I was able to bring my lolo out of Tacloban.
You must be very relieved that you could get in with the Air Force today.
Yeah, and I thank the New Zealand government for all the help to the Filipino people. Thank you.
It's a bittersweet, you know, being here with what's going on at the moment and flying over some of that stuff today. It's quite gut-wrenching seeing the damage.
Our help is needed. Not only are our crews highly regarded, but our Hercules can better access some of the more remote areas, and people still waiting for help. And we will keep helping, because it's what we do.
Thank you, sir.
Reporter Lachlan Forsyth, cameraman Chris Jones up in the Philippines with our Air Force. At the end, we are supporting UNICEF's work up there. You can text HOPE to 3181 to make an automatic $3 donation. It will make a difference and it will all be spent there.